After 3 years of intense chemo and radiation, Shannon went into remission.
People think when you're done, but there's lots of after effects that come from that.
She underwent 9 surgeries and spent a year of high school homebound. Shannon always felt different from other people her age. She never told her friends about her struggles.
I was very uncomfortable with that, and it made me feel very much less than. And it took me a long time to reach a point where I didn't have a lot of self-abuse of, you're not like those people. You'll never be as good as those people.
This insecurity also led to some social anxiety.
I get a little intimidated around new people because I don't know how to present myself. I'm always worried about always worried about how they would size me up. But with horses, it's totally different. You come to them, they're completely authentic. You know exactly where you stand. It's a feeling that they trust me. They're looking for leadership from me. I am enough.
Shannon Johnson, USC alumna, All-American, 7-time WNBA All-Star, Queen Cup MVP, Olympic gold medalist, Hartsville native. She's now the head coach at Coker College, but it hasn't been a straight route back home.
This is pretty much where I grew up at, in the projects right here, Lincoln Village. Pretty much started it all. I remember just growing up here. One of the greatest things about it was my great friends, people that are in my life today. This is where we grew up, here in Hartsville, South Carolina.
Mahmoud joined the team in January of his freshman year, months into what Moody calls one of the most intense training programs in the nation. He also had to shift to the short course used only in American swimming.
It was a little bit hard for me because I have to do a lot of turns since I'm a distance swimmer.
We're 6,000 miles away from home, and having never been to the United States before, Mahmoud's biggest challenge adjusting to USC is one many USC students might be familiar with.
Back home, my mom used to do a lot of things for me, but here I had to do all of the things on my own.
For C.J. Duncan is incomplete. Rashad Fenton on coverage for the game.
$60.4. Loaded heat. TT and 5.
I'm here at Williams-Brice, where the Gamecocks just pulled off a narrow 17-16 victory over Louisiana Tech.
And while Tyson Williams had 95 rushing yards in this game, it was kicker Parker White who was a star. Certainly didn't seem like he would be. He had some trouble last game in the loss to Kentucky, and he missed his first 2 field goals. But he later made 2, including a game-winning field goal with less than a minute left to go. Now, Parker White's roommate, who just happens to be star quarterback Jake Bentley, said that he's been talking to Parker this week, trying to get him to keep his head up after last week, helping him deal with criticism on social media, and helping him combat self-doubt. Definitely seems like that's helped him out this game.
Last night, the Bengals and Steelers faced off, and while the Steelers won 18-16, it was the dangerous nature of the game that stood out more than the competition itself. While drama continues to follow the Ball family, LeAngelo Ball will no longer be attending UCLA.